Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about solving by factoring. We reviewed factoring. There's a previous ed puzzle talking to you about factoring, how to factor when the leading coefficient is 1 and when my leading coefficient is larger than 1. So we're going to use those. If you need to review them, please go back and review them. But today we're going to talk about how to solve. So for my steps to solving, we're going to make sure the equation is in simplified form. What does that mean? That means if there's anything that needs to be combined, if there's anything on the other side of the equation sign or the equal sign, we're going to put it all on one side. We do want it to read equals 0 to do this. So that's what it means to be simplified. Everybody's on one side. It is simplified. Everything's combined that can be combined. We're then going to factor the equation as I had shown you to do in a previous ed puzzle talking about factoring and the other delta math problems that we did. And then once I have it factored, we're going to set each factor equal to 0 and solve. Okay, so let's look at a few. So here's one where the leading coefficient is 1. And it says, I have x squared plus 3x minus 40 equals 0. It is simplified because it is set equal to 0 and there are no like terms on this side. So I'm just going to go right to it and we're going to factor that. It still equals 0, x and x. The factors of 40 are 1 and 40, 2 and 20, 4 and 10, 5 and 8. And if 5 and 8 would be the set that I'd want to get to 3. 5 and 8, positive 8, negative 5, okay? So now I'm here, and I'm going to set each factor equal to 0. So x minus 5 equals 0, and x plus 8 equals 0. So just as a recap, a factor is what I'm putting inside this parenthesis, okay? So this is a factor, and this is a factor. So I'm going to now solve them. So we're going to add 5 to both sides, and you're going to tell me x equals 5. And there's one answer. I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides, and x equals negative 8, and that's my second answer. And there, it's solved. Try the next one. Okay, for this one, I have x squared minus 3x minus 18. Again, there is no like terms on this side. It is set equal to 0, so this is as simplified as I can get it at the moment. We're going to factor that. That's set my parentheses up. X and x, my factors of 18 are 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. And 3 and 6 would be the set that I want to get 3. So 6 and 3, negative 6, positive 3. We're going to set each factor equal to 0, so x, my goodness, minus 6 equals 0, and x plus 3 equals 0. We're going to solve, add 6 to both sides. You're going to tell me x equals 6. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides, and you're going to tell me x equals negative 3. Okay, and those are my answers. Now we're looking at a set where my leading coefficient is not 1. Okay, I'm still going to want to factor it, so I'm still going to want to put it in factors. My factors of 6 are 1 and 6 and 2 and 3, and the factors of 5 are only 1 and 5. So I'm going to put 1 and 5 in, and I'm going to want to get 7. So the best way I can think to get 7 is put a 3x here and a 2x there. That way this gives me 10. That gives me 3. Subtract, I'll get 7. So my 10 needs to be negative, my 3 needs to be positive. Set your factors equal to 0. Solve. Let's see, we're going to divide by 2 there. And we're going to get x is equal to negative 1/2. That's my first answer. My next one is going to be add 5 to both sides. Divide by 3. And x is going to be 5/3. Yes, I know they're fractions, and yes, they are proper answers, and that's fine. So try the next one. Okay, so for this one, I'm going to do my 2 parentheses again. 7 is 1 and 7, and 2 is 2 and 1. So I'm going to put 2x and 1x, and to get 17 or 13, we're going to want to multiply 7 by 2. We're going to want a positive and a negative. Set them equal to 0. And then we're going to solve, add 1. 1, divide by 2. X equals 1/2. There's one answer. Then we're going to subtract 7 off of this one. X equals 7, and there's my second answer. If you have any questions, by all means, join the Google Meet. We have class every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. You can find your meet in your Google Calendar, just like we always have. Ask questions, come in. I will help you with whatever you need. If not, I'm always available by email. So please reach out and ask questions. Thanks, guys.